with caution.
What's up, my drunken fighters, and welcome back to another Jamie video. This time it's not really that much specifically about Jamie, but more about the drive gauge mechanics and how you can use them in a different way. And I'm more talking about using drive rush on defense, using drive reversal on offense, using drive impacts in combos, and using drive parry during offense. So actually pretty much it's a different world. It's in reverse. So let's start off with, for example, drive impacting combos and why this actually could be very useful. So imagine we've got Kimberly here. She has 4 bars of drive gauge left, and she's actually looking for to do a certain string against us with driver's cancel, just like that. That's not a true string, for example. We can actually perfect parry that one, and you know we are going to get a punish counter. So as you can see, you know that punish counter actually also takes away drive gauge when that situation happens. So the reason why drive impact in this case is important is because drive impact can combo from crouching fierce. Well, you know, if she doesn't block, you know, that would be super fantastic. As you can see. So, and you can also see that even during a combo, drive impact will take away a bar of drive gauge. So actually realizing how close your opponent is when they are going for drive rush cancels, you actually get the perfect parry. Then it is actually important to realize that and actually go for the drive impact. If I can get the perfect parry. There we go. So just like that, because of that situation, she was in burnout. So realizing, so don't only use drive input to punish certain normals, or for example to you know, to use it in defense or in neutral just to get that drive impact punish counter to get the grumple, but be aware about the fact that you can also use it to get them in burnout even during combos. You can also get this example as well during SA3. So imagine if I would get a punish counter. I think we can take about 3 bar, a little bit more than 3 bars if I'm not mistaken. Let's figure out. Let's figure it out. There we go. So as you can see, we took about a little bit more than 3 bars of drive gauge as well. So if you realize that and she would be even more in a pickle. So if you realize that she has a little bit more than 3 bars left, you know you're gonna get the punish counter. Let's say you know, she whiffed something, or we get the punish counter with that, for example. It doesn't really matter what happens. Level 3 super takes away a bar and a half, and drive impact takes away 1 bar. So that's more than enough. Get the burnout. And if we didn't get the punish counter, obviously if she tries to block, because that's what they're going to do, then you actually get the stun as well afterwards. So keep that in mind. Using drive impact in your combos to force a burnout situation is really, really handy. Okay, now let's go over to using drive parry during offense. Now what I mean by that is there's a couple of situations where special moves or normal buttons actually become our minus, but you all know that parry comes out at the first frame available, so we can actually wiggle around with that. So pretty much the magic number for getting a perfect parry, for example, on offense is going to be -3. Reason for that is if we're -3, the fastest normal in the game is 4 frames, so that means there's a one frame where we can actually react to the jab, and that means we can actually parry. So one of the buttons would actually be 5 HP or standing fierce. We need to put her on crouching light punch because I believe her crouching light punch is 4 frames. There we go. So they're actually kind of easy to get, and as you can see, we get an 8 frame advantage out of that. So you can go for, you know, standing medium punch into crouching fierce, whatever you want to do. And this brings us back to the same topic, because if she would be on 2 bars, let's say, we can force that same burnout situation with crouching fierce into drive impact. So it all blends together really well. When you're in level 4, you can actually do the same thing, because, let me just put off the jab for a second. Once again, drink level 4 Rekka is also -3. So you can actually get the same situation. But I believe our frame advantage is also 8 frames, so you can get this, you can do the same thing as before. And get the burnout as well. You can get a drink out of it. You can do whatever you want to do. What I'm saying is, every situation where you're forced yourself to be minus, you can actually go for parry. Okay. Next up is drive reversal on offense. So I actually put me on a replay save status, and it's pretty much just drive reversal in the corner. As you can see, I did it. You can see it in the input command on the left side. I went for drive reversal. I can also show it differently, just so you guys know that, you know, I'm not cheating or doing anything else like that. As you can see, our advantage is 23 frames, which is really interesting, because if we actually would do this mid-screen, then the situation with drive reversal is kind of different. With back recovery, as you can see, we can't really do we can't actually really follow it up with, you know, anything we want, because look how far she is. You know, we can't do that. We could go for forward heavy kick, but, you know, she already recovered, so that's not really an option. However, imagine if you're pressuring your opponent in the corner. It's actually the situation becomes completely different, because those 23 frames are now a huge deal. Now I'm just going back to the replay save status. As you can see, 23 frames. So it becomes a huge deal, because look how close we are now in comparison to mid-screen. So imagine if you're actually pressuring any opponent, it doesn't matter who, and they try to go for an OD move or something. You know, let's say you're fighting Lily, and they're doing Condor Spire with a Windstock in the corner, you know, just to force the situation to their hand to get out of the corner. Then drive reversal is a good tool, because you don't have to deal with the plus frames after Condor Spire on block, and they're still stuck in the corner, so you can use those plus frames to our advantage. Now there's a couple of things that I figured out that you can do, but there's definitely a lot more. The reason why I'm just showcasing this to you guys is that you guys can figure something out with drive reversal with the ideas that I'm giving you. So with drive reversal, you can immediately go into overhead, and it's only on counter hit, but on regular hit it's +3. But you know, you get a meaty overhead out of it, and you can get +5 at best. There it is, +5. So yeah, +3 on regular hit, and I'm actually not sure how much it is on block. Now I'm actually curious, because that one is really interesting as well, because even though we can't get a combo out of it from a regular hit, it could mean we actually become plus. Not sure if that's the case, but we're gonna find out right now. We're still -1. That's actually really unfortunate. I would have hoped that was plus or 0. That would have been super cool. So yeah, it's still okay-ish, but the one that I'm going to showcase you right now is, in my opinion, a lot better. So what I did here is actually I put the dummy on random block, and I put it on punish counter, but for now we're just gonna leave it to block all, so you can also see the difference as well. So after the drive reversal in the corner. It's important. You can go for a whiffed crouching jab, and you get a meaty standing medium punch. It actually becomes +3 on block instead of +1. Yeah, let me showcase that real quickly. There we go, +3 on block. So this is, the spacing is also really interesting because look how far we are as well. From that range, we can only get a, we can get a sweep, but it can't be punished. But we can also get a standing roundhouse out of it. And from this specific space, look what happens to the sweep. It becomes that one-hit sweep. That sweep where you can actually whiff punish a lot of other sweeps or crouching medium kicks, anything like that. Kimberly standing medium kick as well. So that spacing with sweep is really, really strong. And the reason why I was actually training this with random block and punish counter is because in every situation you can force something to happen. If you get a punish counter with standing medium punch, you can actually go into sweep. If you get a punish counter with the standing roundhouse, you guys know what can happen. You can go for that. And you know, if we get a punish counter with sweep itself, then we can just go into the target combo of sweep and continue, you know, get the drink and anything like that, and get the same situation as this one. So from every, there we go, from every single one of those normals, you can actually get a follow-up that's gonna put you in a really good position afterwards from the drive reversal, and you can still keep up your pressure. And even if everything gets blocked, let's say we put it on, let's put medium kick on, let's go for 3 hits. Let's do block all. And reset the situation. There we go. You're still out of range of the standing medium kick because of that 6 sweep range. To get the punish counter, and you can do whatever you want, obviously. But yeah, that's why drive reversal, keep it in mind. If you have your opponent in the corner and you want to keep them there and they're trying to force their way out, just go for the drive reversal to give you that advantage back. So keep in mind that it's not only a good tool to get the pressure off of you in some situations mid-screen, to like reset the situation and get some breathing room, but you can also use it offensively. Let's have a look at drive rush on defense right now, and that is probably, in my opinion, my favorite one. So before we get into that, let's have a look at the frame data for drive parry. As you can see, the purple ones are 8 frames, so that's 8 frames is the parry window where you can actually parry. The 29 frames after that are the recovery frames of that parry. So if we hold it, you can see that the purple becomes longer, and then we still have those recovery frames. So, and this is interesting because sometimes you are expecting something, you want to parry something, you're expecting your opponent to do something, and maybe he's going for a shimmy, but because you're holding it or you're getting in your recovery frames, he's still able to hit you or throw you or anything like that because he hits you outside of the parry window. Now, the cool thing about this is you can actually drive rush on defense to get rid of those 29 frames of recovery and actually use it to your advantage. And the reason why this could be really good is, imagine, let's try and set up a situation. It's gonna be a really simple one. I'm gonna keep it as basic as possible. But let's just do jab, jab, we walk away, and we do like crouching, something like that. We do like jab, jab, we walk back a little bit, and we do crouching medium, something like that. Or we could even make it more interesting. We could go for jab, jab, waiting, okay, and he's not doing anything, and we're going for throw. So, what we could learn from this is, and before we're gonna put that on, if we're in parry stance, look what happens if you actually go for drive rush. You can see that the blue recovery frames from parry earlier, they are completely gone because we cancel parry into drive rush. That's how the mechanic pretty much works. You can get it from you can do drive rush cancels from normals, or you can do it from parry. So the reason why this is good is in that situation. For example, let's start the replay now. And see, and we were expecting, so you can use it as an option select. So like, okay, maybe we should parry. Okay, nothing's happening, and we can just go for any button. Now in this situation would probably be best to use crouching jab. Something like that could be very, very good. And the reason why this is also really good on defense is because, as you all may know, Drive Rush has this annoying mechanic sometimes. I know they're working on it. They have this annoying mechanic to force freeze frames, where some of your inputs get eaten by the Drive Rush freeze frame. So using that freeze frame to your advantage on defense can be really good. For this Drive Rush example on defense, I actually had Goofball DJ joining me to help me out. You all know DJ, or well, if you're in the Jamie Discord, you're gonna know DJ for sure. One of the moderators in there as well. But he's gonna help me today showcase this example that I was talking about using Drive Rush on defense. So if our good boy DJ jumps at us, you'll see a lot of JPs actually going for crouching fierce into the ghost, and it can be the feint, or it could be a regular ghost. But we have a really good situation, really good solution for that situation. So if DJ is gonna jump at me, we're gonna showcase what it's like. The situation that will happen. Jump at me, bro.
Oh.
But that's gonna happen. So the feint for the crouching fierce into the feint, and usually they will follow it up with Drive Rush as well, because if you're gonna hold parry, you wanna hold parry for me after the anti-air?
Yeah, got it.
So that's what's gonna happen, because you're gonna believe that the ghost is gonna hit you. You can't tell the difference between the feint or the regular one until it's actually too late, and then you're still stuck in that parry animation, and you have to deal with those 28 frames of recovery. But now DJ is actually going to cancel. He's gonna option select into driver. So I'm gonna do a regular ghost first, and then you're gonna see his can I put on your input as well?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I can. So you're gonna see that he's going to input Drive Rush regardless, and if the ghost hits, the Drive Rush will not come out. There we go. So you can actually see in his inputs that he did input Drive Rush, but it doesn't come out. Now, watch what happens if I go for the feint instead and try to follow it up with Drive Rush. He straight up beats me, and this is why the option select is really good. If he does go for the regular ghost, you're gonna see that DJ will parry it and his Drive Rush doesn't come out. And if they go for the feint, you can use Drive Rush and steal your turn back, and you don't have to deal with the plus frames that they get on whatever move they're using in Drive Rush. After that, if you actually did parry the ghost, you can still go for Drive Rush and, you know, go straight in. And even if JP would try to follow it up with Drive Rush, he's going to lose again. Alright, let's go, man.
Oh, that was the real.
There we go. You can still see that he beats me. I could try to go for a jab, but I think it would still trade. Let's find out.
Oh.
Yeah, if you go for fierce, I can beat you with jab, but I think if you go for jab as well, you're gonna win.
Bruh,
Yeah, see? So even if I know what's coming, I'm gonna go for driver's jab, but you DJ, you know this well. Most JPs are not gonna go for driver's jab. They're gonna try and go for driver's medium punch. So I'm gonna go for driver's medium punch this time. And then you see your fierce is gonna win. See? Nice. Very nice. So yeah, so this is a perfect example in what kind of situation you can actually use drivers on defense, and there's a ton more of them. I showcased one in training stage with Kimberly, and now DJ helped me out to show this real life situation on what JP players are trying to do against you. So yeah, utilize this to your advantage. I'm sure DJ is now very excited as well to use this mechanic. And
I am like, this blew my mind, bro.
Just blew your mind, bro. This is what I'm here for. I'm just here to blow Jamie's minds. Okay, that sounded very wrong, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay cautious and take care.